All right, for 2 years, Jermall Charlo has been considered an heir apparent to a championship in boxing, as you see him with his trainer Ronnie Shields. And the Canine has twice won this championship and proved to be quite resilient.
You know, Dave, this is going to be a very interesting match. And I think the person who asserts himself first will have more success.
We're going to have 6 inches of height and reach for Charlo, who, by the way, turned pro exactly 7 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
So is there karma for Charlo? We're going to find out. And then you've got here, Daniel, you've got guys 17 years apart. You've got the oldest champion of boxing, Bundrage, and Charlo with that reach. First of all, what's the key if you're Charlo, and what is the key if you're Bundrage?
Well, the key if you're Charlo is obviously you have the youth to your advantage. You know, you're a smaller, longer reacher guy, but you're younger, so you're stronger. So you just have to use that to your advantage, be able to assert yourself, and do what you do best. Jermall Charlo is a very athletic guy. He has a very good arsenal. So if he lets his hands go and not be, you know, hesitating, not fearful of the experience that Canine has, he'll do very well.
When you talk about that experience, Canine had 30 fights before Charlo turned pro. Charlo has 21 fights. And Bundrage on the road, stopping Corey Spinks in St. Louis, and that was impressive. You know, you go fight a guy in his hometown, and it's pretty much, all right, this guy's the favorite.
Yeah.
You're coming in as the other guy, and he stopped him.
And that was one of the most impressive victories that he has his whole career. So, you know, he's still riding on that wave, and he still has that experience in his back pocket. So he's going to have to use that tonight and get this young guy who doesn't have the experience, who's, even though he's longer, you know, I'm stronger. I'm a more experienced, clever guy. You know, let me go in there and get this guy out of there and show him what a real professional is like.
Charlo trying to close the distance, and he does it effectively with that right hand, making an early statement. And the Canine got bit. He walked into a shot. There's the height and reach for us.
And as I'm noticing the face and the expression of Charlo, he's very calm. I love the demeanor, because when a prospect like that hurts a guy, he want to get him out of there early. Now he's calm, relaxing. You know, if he can do very well with keeping his defense tight, he'll do very well getting a knockout.
Charlo closed the distance. He just missed with another right hand. I think that would have ended the fight if he landed that one clean. So he's got the angle down on Bundrage. And there's that stiff Charlo jab. Bundrage launching a looping right hand shot.
Now, Canine is a loopy fighter. What I mean by loopy is he loops his shots a lot over the defensive posture of his opponents, and he's been known to have a habit of doing that. Now, a smart fighter such as Charlo can come off the block and, you know, hurt him with that. So we'll look forward to little shots like that in the near future.
So Bundrage will get through the first round. Very important for him as he was dropped. So an uphill climb in that corner. It's one thing to be ready for a fight, but you walk into a shot like that.
And Canine, you know, he's used to being knocked down. This is something that his territory is. You know, he's used to being knocked down, and as you see, Charlo lands a beautiful overhand right. He's ready. He has a smile on his face, and Canine's ready to go to war. So look forward to a very entertaining match coming this next second round.
So that's his prerequisite.
Yes. You know, sometimes it takes guys for them to get hit in order for them to wake up. You know, there's been situations like that in my fights that, you know, I didn't wake up or do the things that I needed to do until I got hit.
Second round action. Jermall Charlo and Cornelius Bundrage. IBF World Super Welterweight title, 154 pounds. We've outlined the Bundrage story. The Charlo story, twin brothers with Jermall, also a fine fighter in this weight class. And he is 1 minute older, his twin brother. So I wonder if he's ever used the line, hey, listen to your older brother.
Exactly, yeah. No, any little inch you get over a big brother, you use it. But, having a brother like that is equally as talented and gifted as you are, serves as great motivation and great tools for you to sharpen each other's. I know both of the guys since they were amateurs, and they've been hard workers, very good kids, and determined, and they're relentless to become champion.
And twin brother aspect, they played pranks on people when they were young. Sometimes they would take each other's tests to show up at school. Maybe make a crank call and say you're the other guy. And even now, Daniel, they're number 1 and number 2 in the rankings. You can't separate these guys.
Yeah, no, they're inseparable and absolutely deserving because, these guys are gifted.
I think if they would spar, they'll never fight each other. They should maybe switch the trunks up and put the other guy's name on. Another big shot. Knockdown number 2. And Bundrage, the water gets deeper. The height and reach of Jermall Charlo, a punitive aspect. So much for him to overcome. Now, what about it? Should he be tying up here? How does he negate?
Well, what he should be doing is just what he's doing now. Even though he's gone down, that's his MO. He's been down before. He's actually been knocked out before. So a guy like K9, to have a guy open up, that's the thing. You want this young fighter to open up. You want him to have holes in his defense because the slower fighter, such as K9, want to be able to allure the faster fighter and be able to catch him in between shots.
And so even though he's not a power puncher, 19 knockouts in 39 fights, because he's 42, you try to buy a little space by getting the guy to open up.
Exactly. And that's the little experience that you have with K9, having many fights, many experience, numerous of rounds, championship rounds. This guy knows what it's like to be in there. And, I'm not sure he's seen anything different than what he's seeing, but he has to step it up because he's behind in this fight.
Double jab here by Charlo, and when a guy uses his height and reach, and he has a 6-inch reach like that, you see how formidable he could be, and that right hand bomb also landed. So Jermall Charlo, 2 rounds, 2 knockdowns, and a brilliant start. All right, so in the corner of Bundrage, Concern, and in the corner of Charlo, Ronnie Shields, one of the very best in his corner. Well, a jab for a knockdown.
Wow. And that's something definitely to be concerned about. You got a guy strong, sharp, and long at that, such as Charlo. You got to keep the defense tight.
How many guys in boxing we know were knocked down with jabs?
A handful.
Round 3, Jermall Charlo off to a great start in this 154-pound championship bout against Cornelius K9 Bundrage. Dave Bontempo and Daniel Jacobs with you here on Premier Boxing Champions. And later on, we'll have Peter Kid Chocolate Quillen in action, 160 pounds.
Ooh.
Good left hook, and Bundrage in trouble, and Charlo is on the verge of a title. 3 knockdowns. He jumped on that one like a veteran. So he's gotten him with a right hand, a jab, and a left hook. I guess all that's left is an uppercut.
Yeah, no, as you can see in his eyes, Charlo is out for blood. He wants to finish this guy.
Well, this is a brilliant showcase for Jermall Charlo. This is a guy that's been built along with his brother. The last couple of years, the thought was, hey, these guys are going to be champions. And now, on showcase night, he's come.
He's on the brink of it. I mean, he's knocked the guy down already 2-3 times. He's on the verge of maybe stopping this guy. The referee is looking at it closely. This is a very entertaining fight. Charlo is very impressing me very much.
And Charlo continues to put the pressure on. Big right hand against Bundrage. And now he's working on the 42-year-old. 17 years is the advantage for Charlo and 6 inches on a reach advantage. You can't draw up a fight any better than that.
K9 is on his heels now. He's on the back foot. He wants to stay away from the power of Charlo. Charlo has a solid 1-2, and that right hand's been landing all night.
We've seen Bundrage do a lot of good things in the last 5 years, but he is back on his heels in this instance and in danger of being stopped.
Absolutely. Charlo is landing every punch at will, and to me, it's only a matter of time before he gets the stoppage.
Right hand by Bundrage does not get in, and then there's the reach of Charlo. The dilemma if you're Bundrage, if you stay outside, you get eaten alive by the jab. If you do that, you get knocked down by the right hand. Number 4, and it's over. Referee has seen enough. The new champion, as cool and composed as you can be. You can't make it look any more fluid than that.
K9 never seen the shot coming, and it was over.
Set up by the reach. You throw the jab, you camouflage it.
Jermall Charlo made a statement tonight.
And what a moment. Good left hook, that's knockdown number 1 of this round, setting it up. He had a knockdown in rounds 1 and 2.
And like you said, the jab has been beautiful all night. He's been landing that jab at will. So what he did was he threw the jab out halfway and got that right hand over the top and knocked him out. Beautiful shot, classic.
The jab was meant as a decoy in that instance.
Absolutely, because he didn't extend it entirely to land the jab. He threw it so he can catch the eye and the attention and catch him over with the overhand right.
Look at this, feel that.
Absolutely. Beautiful shot.
Might have been a little bit of a Tommy Hearns type situation there, and he would throw the left hand a little bit like off the center of the jaw.
Absolutely.
And then you think he missed, and then you lean a little bit, and then you're right in the path of that bomb. And this is really quite a performance. As you look at Ronnie Shields with him, who's trained him and brought him along, and the twin brother, very happy. Now, a lot of people thought that this was his time. But did you think he could make it look this easy?
That's the thing. Sometimes when you have a prospect, you say, hey, this guy can beat this guy. But sometimes it's not about how you beat a guy. It's about how you look, how impressive you look, and impress the crowd and impress the boxing fans. And tonight, Jermall Charlo impressed us all tonight.
The brothers Charlo, now if I'm his brother, I walk around and start telling me, did you see what I did today? See that championship I won today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, this has really been some story, and it blossomed on this occasion. So there's a guy that's putting his name in there with Canelo, Erislandy Lara, Floyd Mayweather. It's a good-looking division when you get a guy that comes up and makes a dramatic statement like that. And a classic example of using your height and reach well.
Absolutely. And with this impressive performance tonight, Jermall Charlo has put the junior middleweight on notice.
Let's take a look through the montage for Charlo. Opening round, big right hand near the temple area. Bundrage down. Figure, okay, that's his prerequisite, right? He always likes to go down early, no problem. So that was the big right to the temple. That was just in the opening round, and you see the balance and leverage he has. Then, the jab. And again, that was a stiff jab, and again showing the reach.
Yeah.
Watch him putting the pressure on here, sensing what he can do. Big left hook, leading to that knockdown, and the right hand behind the jab. Referee sees it right away. This is absolute beauty. Key is the shift between that jab and that right hand as a split second.
Absolutely. Because fighters are used to patterns. And when you throw a 1-2 pattern, you can be used to it. But if you throw it a second slower, it can land. Because we're so used to timing, we're so used to precision.
It's like jab, beat, right hand.
Exactly.
But this is a jab, right hand.
Exactly.
Good night.
It's all about timing. That's why I love this sport, this craft, because it's a beautiful thing.
Daniel Jacobs, of course, my partner, a 160-pound champion. So not only loving the craft, but a practitioner of it at the highest level. So they'll be giving us the final numbers pretty soon. But that is about as good as it gets. You're going to try to pick a way to win a title. So the Charlo saga. Ronnie Shields has trained a number of world champions. His first one was Evander Holyfield.
Wow, that just tells you his experience in the game, training a guy like that. And you can trickle down to the new age, the new generation, and these Charlo brothers, and you can see just the experience that they have with having a guy back them like Ronnie. You know, it's serving them very well, and you know, he's a world champion today, so it's all paying off.
That is lineage, having Ronnie Shields.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Johnny Callis waves it off officially. 2 minutes, 33 seconds into round number 3. The winner by TKO, and now the new junior middleweight champion, Jermall Hitman Charlo.
Even using the Tommy Hearns name, we had the reference. Tommy Hearns was the hitman, and he was a hitman today, was Jermall Charlo. That was a Hearns look, a Hearns move.
And a Hearns ending.
It was a Hearns ending. Well, he was really able to pour it on.
Yeah, no, he was able to do exactly everything he wanted to do in here. You can tell from the very moment the bell rung, he started to jab, he started using his full arsenal, and within 3-4 rounds, he got the guy out of there. This is an impressive victory from a young prospect. This is what you want to see. Body, head, all different types of moves, and you've seen it all tonight from Charlo. I'm impressed. We're all impressed.
It was that left hook was the compilation. So he kept his distance very well. And that might have been one of the subtle things he did in this contest. He always, whether he came forward or whether he came back, he always had the right distance.
Absolutely. And that's, like I said before, that's always key. Boxing is keeping the proper distance. Because even the guy who's shorter than you, legendary Mike Tyson, was able to land jabs with guys. Because it's all about the distance. And if you get the distance, you'll be, like we've seen tonight, the victor.
So Tyson was a master of the head movement and bob and weave. Charlo, the master of staying outside and winning big.